no Belichick assistants are currently head coaches in the NFL right now. And, it's kind of crazy. Everybody assumes Vrabel is that. He never coached on Belichick's staff. Bill O'Brien put him on the Texans staff. And he's just a all-time great
coached,
Belichick player.
He coached with Urban at Ohio State.
Yes, he did.
But by technically, if he's on O'Brien's tree and O'Brien's on Bill's tree.
Well, he's on Belichick's tree, but he's not a Belichick assistant.
Yeah, but
he's not a Belichick assistant. He was never an assistant for Bill Belichick. He's a coach. He's on the Belichick coaching tree, one would say, because he's on the tree. He's on somebody else's branch.
Yeah, he's a leaf.
Look, this is like Highlander, guys. There can be only one. There's only one Belichick. Stop comparing his assistants to Bill. It's so dumb.
Well, there is Saban, the greatest Belichick assistant of all time.
No, I mean, there's no question Belichick's the best coach, but Walsh is the best tree. I mean, that's a fact. Yeah, I'll go that way.
I don't know. I don't know, because even with all the great assistants that Walsh bequeathed, from Mike Shanahan to Mike Holmgren to George Seifert, who took things over there, and there are Super Bowl winners there.
There's a ton.
Hold on a minute.
You can look at Bill's Cleveland.
Bill Belichick's assistant named Nick Saban.
College.
But you're talking about the greatest college coach maybe ever.
Well,
that's the old thing too. Let's discuss this. When you saw, like, my team lost to Georgia, right? And now we're talking about is Harbaugh coming back or not. There is a conversation about is Michigan going to get back there anytime soon? I mean, we have to have that conversation because this has been such an outlier, right? Even with the Ohio State, right? Winning one with Urban and then getting smoked by Clemson and then making a national championship game with Justin Fields. You still have a conversation about when's the next time Ohio State going to get back. And Ohio State fans are like, it's got to be the next year. Well, this year wasn't that year. They didn't even make the college football playoff. Notre Dame getting smoked, right? So those who make the national championship game, you're wondering, how many more times is this going to happen? Georgia finally did it first time in 40 years. With Alabama, it's just like, it's just the way this year went.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's no conversation about it. 0.0 concern about the future of that program. Well, I mean, it's some turnover here. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this guy's leaving school. Saban has been. It's. When's the next time Alabama's not going to be like that? Right?
I don't know. They're the betting favorite to win next year.
Every year.
Like, I mean,
and NIL is going to change it. It's going to change this. It's going to change transfer portal. It's going to change it, right? And that you have those concerns about other schools. Do you have that concern about Alabama at all?
Zero.
And I'm sure Saban might, think that's rat poison because, I still got to protect the turf. I still got to do this. I still got to do that. And there is the nuts and bolts of it. He's so amazing at it. I have zero concern about it. Zero. Oh, boy, the transfer portal is really going to even things out against Alabama. Okay. He's the one who's saying that the transfer portal in the NIL is actually going to make it tougher for others to get on Alabama's footing. Sort of what he's saying. I mean, Belichick's tree has got Saban on it. And I think that kind of tilts the tree in his favor, even though the rest has been a bunch of wannabes. And everybody wants a fruit. And the crazy thing is, you're hearing that's what Nick Caserio may want, and the McNair family may want in Houston, another Belichick person to go with Caserio. And it's kind of like, why? Why?
Flores did a good job at Miami. I mean,
no, I understand that, but I'm saying why would you want to just blow up everything again? I don't know what's going on with David Culley down there. I don't know. In the same way that I didn't see the Flores stuff coming, and we're talking about communication problems, this and that and the other thing. David Culley, I'll just repeat again what I said in the first hour in a conversation with Ian Rappaport. I haven't really put it in the construct of just an opinionating moment here on this program, or take. But Urban Meyer got handed the greatest hand, maybe, in recent coaching hiring history, right? Trevor Lawrence, owner with a lot of money, fan base that's incredibly passionate,
hungry,
no state tax out of your wallet, right? Long-term contract, high expectations, sure, but there's not media all over the place down there in North Florida, right? Blew it.
Would have been given a long leash.
Whatever that situation is, okay? David Culley got handed the exact opposite hand. As I mentioned before, I'll say it again, the Doyle Brunson, for those who play poker, that's 7-2. A little offsuit. Wasn't even suited what he got.
Rich, slight correction.
Yes.
Doyle Brunson is 10-2.
10-2, my bad. Did I say 7-2?
10-2.
10-2.
What does that mean?
7-2 is the worst hand.
That's it. So it's 7-2. Doyle Brunson's the 10-2.
10-2.
Thank you for that correction.
You got it.
I always throw it in the pile anyway. I always throw it in.
10-2.
I always muck.
Never
I
played
always
10-2.
muck.
Never played.
So anyway, whatever. The Doyle Brunson. Worse hand than that.
Bad.
To be handed this where Deshaun Watson doesn't want you. And this is before everything else happened. And then when everything else happened, you're the one that the Texans reach out to say, yeah, you got to fix this. Bring him in. Try and convince him. And then you go through all this. And then you get hired by a team that doesn't have a first or a second round pick. And then the third round pick is a quarterback. And you're just like, okay. Because I'm going to start Tyrod Taylor, clearly. And then he gets hurt, and he's got to throw this rookie in there. And he's got the best season of any rookie not named Mac Jones at the position. We're going to bounce him. Yeah, more wins this year, or as many wins as Bill O'Brien did. Half as many, whatever the hell it is. With a worse team? Come on now. So, you going to hire a Belichick assistant? What? They don't work. They don't work anywhere.
What do you mean?
Like,
Bill O'Brien made the playoffs 4 to 6 years with terrible quarterbacks.
Until he decided to shop for the groceries himself.
Bill O'Brien was a terrible general manager. He's a really good coach.
Okay. Well, Houston's not going to hire him.
Obviously not, but Jacksonville might. And Brian Flores is a really good coach. Back-to-back winning seasons with a terrible franchise with no quarterback.
Josh McDaniels is going to be a hot coach one day.
I hope he replaces Bill at some point.
I think that's what it is. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.